Hey, Max here. In this video I will give you a brief outline of a series of tips I've created for you about creating videos with your camera. Now this series is actually a bit of a give and take. I'll give you tips and answer your questions. In exchange, I'll take something away from you, hopefully for good. Namely, what I'll take away will be a number of excuses that stop many people from getting started with their camera. So far I've identified 5 excuses, but I might uncover a few more as we go along. So let's get started right away. In the first video, I will be dealing with one particular question that has an excuse associated with it. The question is, what type of camera should I use? And the excuse is, I don't have the right camera, I can't get started. That's what people usually do, and I'll let you in on a secret just between you and me. It doesn't really matter what kind of camera you have. If you want, please revisit an earlier tip that I've published here. It shows you the camera that happened to lurk in my house, my daughter's camera, which is a digital still camera with video capability, my old Canon, my flip, which I'm using right now, and my new camera, which I was going to introduce to you now, which I can't because after using it a little bit, the battery died. So now I have to replace that and wait until I get a new battery. Now, what really matters though is to absolutely avoid the first deadly mistake that stops people from getting started with online video. And I'll tell you about this deadly mistake, how to deal with it in the first tip, and hopefully by then I will also introduce you to my new camera. In the second video, I will deal with fear. In fact, I will deal with fear and with its partner. The fear is the fear of video, and the partner is the statement, I hate seeing myself on camera. Now, many people confront that. The idea of being in front of a camera is very uncomfortable to them. But usually this partner is a bit of an excuse to hide the fear, because people don't like to admit that what they are afraid of is basically nothing else but a little clump of plastic with a weak current flowing inside it and a glass eye that's staring at them lifelessly. Let me repeat that for you, because that's really all that it is. A little clump of plastic about yay big with a weak current flowing through it and a glass eye that stares at you lifelessly. Some have a little red light flashing next to it, others have a static light. My flip has just a static red light, and that's it. And that's what people are afraid of. Unfortunately, this fear also reinforces the first of the deadly mistakes, and we'll deal with that in this video. In the third video, I'll deal with another fear, the fear of public speaking associated with the statement, I can't speak freely. Now, these two really go together, and fear of public speaking is something quite serious, but don't worry, you are not alone. Some of the most famous actors go stir crazy with fear before they go on stage, and though once they're there, they totally run the show, and I've seen that happen several times. Now, the fear here is not that of a lump of plastic that we have to address, rather it is a different sort, but we can still use some very simple tricks to help us along, and I'll show you these tricks, which by the way will also do with another deadly mistake that people make with online video. In the first of the tips I deal with the camera, then I deal in a couple of tips with the person in front of the camera. Now I'm going to change topic, and I'm going to deal with a tip of where to put the camera, and of course with the associated excuses which go with it. Now in this tip I'll show you where to shoot your videos, what you can do if you don't have a studio, and which studio equipment is absolutely indispensable. I assure you it's very little, and I will also show you where I shoot my videos. Between you and me, another secret, I don't have a studio yet. In brackets. I'll hope to get one soon, but at the moment I'll show you where, in the video, I'll show you where I shoot my videos. No studio. Right, in this video, in number 5, I'll deal, after having dealt with fears and hesitations and excuses and everything, with one very strange phenomenon, which is that most video novices have no hesitation to shoot in any light conditions, whether the light conditions are right or not. Now, you need two things to put yourself in the right light in your video. You need good sound and good lighting. Now, you will have encountered my insistence on good sound, and I'm not the only one. My insistence on good sound in a number of places on my membership website. In this tip, I'll give you some ideas about the right light. And it's not complicated and expensive, I absolutely promise, but it is very important. Finally, I have a request. Please leave your comments and questions on each of the videos below the video in the form there, and I'll wrap up the series by answering all your questions in a question and answer session. So, that's it for this video, and now let's get stuck in straight away with video number 1.